Area High School softball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the diamond for high school softball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Well, Maddie, I have to say, each time we have a game, conditions improve even more. It's a beautiful day out today.
I think we found the recipe maybe just a little bit, Marianne.
Just keep doing games until it gets perfect?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, today we're in for a great matchup. We're at Brown County High School as the Lady Saukees from Pittsfield made the trip over to take on the Brown County Lady Hornets. We're going to tell you all about this matchup coming up during the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
So, Maddie, the Pittsfield Lady Saukees just came off a couple big wins earlier this weekend and last week, and I think the thing to do today is remember it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, that's definitely something to remember, especially when you've put up that many runs offensively, and they've done a great job, just kind of been a powerhouse when it comes to offense. So looking to carry that into today's ball game, but as you mentioned, it's a new day, a new team, and you can't always expect every game to be that way.
Absolutely. Brown County obviously has put up some good fights here as the season has just kicked off for the softball area. They had a matchup with Pleasant Hill girls, which we just did that game on Monday night. They fell to Pleasant Hill 12-9, so it was a close matchup. We know that tells us that the team can hit, and basically probably have some pitchers that can put some pitches out there that's going to allow the Saukees to get to make contact. But that comes defense there.
Yeah, and pitching and defense really wins ball games. So if the Pittsfield Saukees can be strong defensively today and have a good performance in the circle, then I think that they'll come out on the winning side of this ball game.
Also, she mentioned going on behind us is the boys matchup between Pittsfield and Brown County. We can see the scoreboard, so we'll try and pass along some updates for you on the scores. That one moves along as well. We've got your keys to the game for you coming up as you listen to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock Agent, and Bowie General Services.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate in Louisiana.
So, Mandy, I think the biggest key for today is for all of us, for the players, for us sitting here, and that is this field happens to face directly in the sun.
Yeah, and facing directly in into the sun, especially when you're in the batter's box, can be difficult. And so being able to see, and it just all kind of is a big factor. So making sure that you're able to play that sun correctly can be, honestly, sometimes those games come down to it, and how those plays drop and how different things fall, especially when you have that factor.
Of course, we see everybody with their sunshades on now. Is it almost, if the softball diamond itself were the center of the world, it's like at high noon.
Yeah.
So it's bright, and it's going to be there for a while.
Yeah, it's bright here and feels good. I'll give it that.
Oh, absolutely.
Nice getting a little tan maybe, but it's going to be a factor today. But as we mentioned earlier, today is taking it one inning at a time. It is a brand new ball game. It's a different team that you're facing today. So staying level-headed and coming into this game, trying to win each inning, and then you will come out on top.
So we said this the other night, and I want you to tell me if you think it's important this afternoon. I think circumstances might be a little bit different, but scoring early,
and we saw that be a big factor earlier in the week when Pleasant Hill got the victory over Western, and so it allows your pitcher to relax a little bit, and I think that was really what happened earlier in the week, and having that insurance and being able to relax and throw the pitches that you want working efficiently is definitely helpful and definitely gives your team the momentum.
Now, we can't say for sure, but my guess is they're sisters for Brown County pitcher and catcher combo. How much of an advantage is that?
Well, I'm assuming mom and dad make them practice together all the time.
You think so?
I would say so.
Don't you think that adds a little extra confidence to the pitcher out on the mound?
It does. And you know your pitcher at that
assuming you and
point.
your sister like each other.
Yeah, exactly. But your sister probably knows you better than pretty much anybody, right? So having that person behind the plate and knowing your strengths and your weaknesses and growing up together and being able to have her as a catcher is probably pretty big for them.
So there's your keys to the game for you today. We've got to the coaches' meeting at home plate right now, going over some. Well, I think they're thinking about what they're ordering for supper after this game, because they seem to be talking about a whole bunch of something.
They do. There's lots of hand movements.
There is. So I guess they're ordering pizza or whatever. We're going to have your starting lineups and first pitch after this here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green Clopton and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102, brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
Well, Maddie, something we're learning here in the Illinois schools, they don't start on time. They start about 5 minutes early. So we've got our first batter standing in. We'll catch up with the starting lineups as we go.
But at the plate for Pittsfield, it is Rebecca Newpower. She's playing center field today, leading off, wearing number 12 and batting from the left-hand side. But she's taking a look down the first baseline as Coach Christy Hefner is down there. That's a little different.
That is a
Normally,
little bit.
your head coach is at third. And the first pitch, it's slap foul.
So takes the first one for a strike.
It's Taryn Mormon in the circle for Brown County. Got some good velocity, ball kind of spinning to what is the outside corner for Newpower, but on the inside corner for any of the righties that'll step up. And pitch 2, it's hit down to the third baseline. Coming up and making the play across the diamond is Ashley Merkert, and she gets Newpower out at first base.
So first out of the afternoon as that one was hit. As you mentioned, down the third base line. Nice way to stay in front of the ball. Kept it in front, fired a bullet over to first base, and you have your first out.
Not a bad piece of hitting there from Newpower, just maybe a little too hard down the third baseline. First pitch is swung on by Kinley Gerard. Kinley wearing number 3, playing second base today.
Mormon on the mound for Brown County has done a nice job already of movement with the softball.
Just missing there, 1-1. So looking like they have some speed at the top of their lineup is Pittsfield. And they're going to now check to see if she swung, and that's a little bit delayed, but they're going to check, and she said, and the umpire at first base says no. She did not go. Pitcher is ready, umpire's not, but umpire finds himself behind the back. And strike 2, swung on by Gerard.
So really she's standing up in the front of the batter's box.
Mm-hmm.
Almost makes you feel like she could possibly do a quick slap or just a short swing.
Off speed, just missing on the inside corner, 2-2.
That was down low and inside, right at the shins.
The 2-2 pitch to Gerard. Swung on, chopped down the first baseline, and it's going to stay fair. Tagging Gerard is Brooke Garthouse. So that's out number 2.
Yeah, she chased that, or she was patient with it, met it halfway down the line, picked it up, and just reached over and tagged in the running path to get the second out.
Just off the end of the bat was a really slow roller. It's always kind of a tough call to see if that's actually going to stay fair. But the 3-hitter, Kelsey Friesmeyer, steps into the box. She fouls this one back to the screen. Strike 1. Every batter has started with a strike. So around the zone is Mormon. 0-1. High in the zone. Taken by Friesmeyer. 1-1. All at the front of the box is Pittsfield, and this one is hit to the second baseman. One hopper coming up with it to make the play at first base, and that's out number 3. We're headed to the bottom half of the first inning. 0-0 is our score. You're listening to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri. Member FDIC and equal opportunity lender. The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
We hit the bottom of the first inning. We're still scoreless here at Brown County High School as the Lady Saukees are taking on the Lady Hornets. And, Maddie, give us an outlook at what we've got coming up for Brown County.
Yes, it'll be Katie Flynn, Claire Flynn, Ashley Merkert, Sierra Dunlap, Mel Lair, Brooke Garthouse, Taryn Mormon, Olivia Akins, and Olivia Martinez for Brown County. But let's set the defense for the Pittsfield Saukees. Behind the plate today, it's Ella Constable. In the circle, it's Carly Constable. At first base, it's Janie Hefner. And then at second base, Kinley Gerard. Grace Henry is at shortstop. At third base, Taylor Peebles. Kelsey Friesmeyer is in left field. In center field, Rebecca Newpower. And then in right field, it's Harley DeCamp.
So I've noticed something, and it seems that Brown County brings some height with them. I feel like somebody needs to let that secret out.
Especially the left side of the field.
Yes.
Shortstop, third base, has some height. And leading off is your shortstop, Katie Flynn, wearing number 12, batting from the right-hand side. As we mentioned, Carly Constable gets the start today for Pittsfield. She's rocking and ready to go. That one's at the top of the zone, just missing ball one. She steps back in the box, looking for pitch number 2. And that one's in the dirt.
So quickly in the hole is Constable.
So Ella Constable will wipe it off on her pants, throw it back out to Carly. And back in the box is Katie Flynn. Katie Flynn looking for her first strike, and Constable misses on the outside. 3-0. Smaller zone this afternoon. Painting that top half of the zone as Constable, but just not getting the call. Gonna have to move it down some. Squaring and flashing bunt. Pulling it back, but it's in for a strike. 3-1.
So looking to battle her way out of a hole here is Constable from the pitcher's mound.
The 3-1 pitch. This one is hit into the 5-6 hole right past third baseman Taylor Peebles. Rounding first base is Flynn, and she's there safely with a single.
Hit that one out to left field. Gets a batter on. It's always a good feeling when you get your leadoff batter on.
Looking like they have some speed out there. Maybe see Ella Constable's arm. She might have to be throwing down. No outs, runner on first base, bringing in Claire Flynn. She squares to bunt. It's fouled back, and searching for it is Ella Constable, but it's foul. So retreating back to first base is Katie Flynn. And that's strike 1 on Claire Flynn.
And I noticed that, well, I want to double check something before I make a comment. I did this wrong during basketball season.
Taking second base is Flynn, and just the throw down there, but not in time, from Ella Constable. She took off very quickly. So stolen base for Katie Flynn. Not much that Ella Constable could do, especially with that pitch low in the zone and a little bit off speed. And squaring to bunt again, the offer. That's strike 2.
And it looks like Katie's going to stay out on second. Kind of wondered if she would try and take off and get a steal to third as well.
Got a pretty big jump out there. Stepping back into the box is number 10, Claire Flynn. And this one is hit to the shortstop, staying down on it. It's Grace Henry. She throws it to first base, gets the out there, and throwing it back across the diamond is Janie Hefner. She hits Katie Flynn in the helmet, so the throw was on point, but not caught, so she is safe at third base.
So on the 6-3 put out, however, she advances the runner, and then steps Marquette. She's also nice and tall.
Yes.
I wish they'd kind of give us some heights that go along with these.
So Ashley Merkert, she's playing third base today, wearing number 11. As you mentioned, she's tall. She'll take up almost the whole box, and strike 1 on the inside corner. That's the first pitch strike that Constable has thrown today. The first pitch strike. There we go. That's the words I was looking for. You have to say it twice. This one is hit to the shortstop and off the glove of Grace Henry, and it's booted to the outfield, but staying at first base is Merkert. But a run comes in to score for Brown County, so they get on the board 1-0. Just 1 out in this inning. 4-hole hitter Dunlap is at the plate. She's your catcher today, wearing number 28, and she's near the front of the box. On the inside corner for a strike. Taking her time at first base is Merkert before walking back. She got a look from Ella Constable.
Again, as you mentioned, she's standing far up in the batter's box.
This one is hit into center field. Calling her off is Rebecca Newpower as it trailed a little into left field in front of Kelsey Friesmeyer, but Rebecca Newpower gets the out for out number 2, and retreating back to first base is Merkert. Bringing Mel Laird to the plate. She's playing second base today, wearing number 21. Though her helmet says number 25. Where's number 21?
There you go.
Helmet says number 25.
We'll try and keep you straight as we can stay straight.
2 outs, runner at first base for Brown County. 1-0, they lead Pittsfield. This one is a rise ball that's fouled down the third baseline going towards the dugout. So a strike for Constable.
1-1 is our count. 2 outs. Bottom of the first. Hornets lead the Saukees 1-0.
This one's fouled and out of play. Goes over the bleachers behind us. Runs out towards the concession stand and the people that are still walking into this ballgame.
Got a nice crowd on hand.
And they continue to file in. Baseball field also packed with chairs and bleachers are packed. Off speed, pulls the string. It's a strikeout for Constable. We are headed to the top of the second inning. Brown County leads Pittsfield 1-0. You're listening to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Welcome to Vast National Bank. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm here to talk to someone about a loan.
Oh, I'll grab you the L97B. We call it the Just Talking form.
What about actually applying for a loan?
Oh my, let me pop in the toner cartridge. Hey Bill, you want to pass me the big stapler?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to People's Savings Bank.
Skip the mega banks. When you need a loan, visit People's Savings Bank. The people you know and trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
And it'll be 4-5-6 for the Pittsfield Lady Saukees as they went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. And so at the plate right now is Ella Constable wearing number 24. She's your catcher today. She just fouled one back to the screen, so it's 0-1. And the pitch from Mormon. At the top of the zone, not swinging though, is Constable.
She was able to show some discipline there, hold up, not chase that high fastball.
Both pitchers have kind of elevated towards that top of the zone early. This one is popped into center field. Calling off her teammate is Claire Flynn, and she's able to make the catch for out number 1.
That'll bring up Taylor Peebles. She plays shortstop for the Lady Saukees, wears number 21. Constable and Peebles have a little bit of a conversation there as Peebles is getting ready to step in the batter's box.
So that's 4 straight balls in play from Pittsfield that they've been either thrown out at first or that pop fly has been caught, and that one's fouled back to the screen. Strike number 1 to Grace Henry. So putting the ball in play is a good thing.
Is it Henry or Peebles?
Have Grace Henry.
Number 21.
Yep. That one is fouled back to the screen. 0-2.
You are right. I don't know where I got Peebles from.
She's right under.
Okay, well.
Henry. So maybe you just got happy with your pen.
That could be.
And the 0-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt. Ball 1. Working her way around the zone is Mormon. 1-2 to Henry. That one swung on. It's a rise ball on that outside corner of the plate, and that's the first strikeout for Mormon of the day and the first Lady Saukee to not put the ball in play. And that brings Taylor Peoples to the plate.
Okay,
She's your third baseman.
I kind of feel like I've screwed up my whole thing here.
She takes strike one low on the inside corner. And she steps back into the box. That one's at the top of the zone, missing. It's ball one. So 2 outs. Peoples at the plate for Pittsfield. Mormon in the circle for Brown County. This one is hit and just past the first baseman for a single into right field. So good shot there by Taylor Peoples, and I think playing too far in was Guardhouse from Brown County. Like a line drive just got right past her. She has a pretty long reach, but not much she could do. She's playing off the line, more towards second base anyways. And this one hits the same exact spot, except it's on the ground, and reaching first base is Hefner. Runners at first and second for Pittsfield.
One pitch, one hit off for Hefner.
Able to punch that outside pitch to the right side of the field. Good job by Hefner. Now you got runners on first and second with 2 outs. Looking to strike back here as Pittsfield Saukees trail 1-0. Takes strike one. And she'll step back into the box after receiving a little bit of confidence from her coach down the third baseline. This one's popped. It'll stay in play, and going over to make the catch is Garthouse. We are headed to the bottom of the second inning. Brown County still leads Pittsfield 1-0. You're listening to Area High School Softball on KJFM.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Ridehouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
1-0. Brown County is leading Pittsfield, the Lady Saukees, today. And that first inning was when Brown County was able to strike. And so a couple of things led up to that, and one of those being an error that got booted to the outfield, and then coming around to score was Brown County. So 1-0, they lead this ball game, but it's just the bottom of the second inning, and Constable still got to work a little bit to settle in. And one run is really not much. It takes more than that to win a ball game, right? Not always.
Not always. Yeah, not always. But regardless, that is that little bit of extra confidence we talked about. You got one across the plate, and that gives you that lead, that little bit of confidence heading in. And the thing is that your defense is just going to have to continue backing you up for Pittsfield to hold it to 1, and hopefully you can come back and make that adjustment and bring 1 across and maybe 2 or 3 more.
And swinging at the first pitch, fouling it back to the screen is Garthouse. She is wearing number 45. She's your first baseman today.
So Garthouse, Mormon, and Akins.
If any of them get on, it'll be Martinez. Then back to the top of the lineup, and just missing on the outside corner is Constable. It's a good pitch. She'll have to come back here. 1-1. Out of the zone, 2-1.
Just kind of looking for that rise ball there and just rose straight up out of the zone, got a little high. But again, as we mentioned, the Lady Hornets bring some height to them, so their zone is a nice zone. How about we'll call that? It's not a tight one.
Off speed, catching a corner, but it's called for a ball. A nice pitch there from Constable. Now she's really got to dig down deep and work.
In the hole, 3-1.
And at the top of the zone, but called for a strike, 3-2. So she's evened this one up, and now we have a battle.
First full count we've had this afternoon.
Constable spinning the ball on her hip and a long look in.
Oh.
Just missing. That was in the same spot nearly as the last pitch. It's just maybe shifted a little bit more towards the batter, but same height, everything, Marianne.
That's his first walk handed out this afternoon.
And to the plate, it's pitcher versus pitcher here as Taryn Mormon steps in. And that one is low. Ball 1. Good framing from Ella Constable. Trying to get Carly a strike there.
The wind has picked up just a little bit.
Pretty well the same spot there. Ball 2.
Trying to hit her right there at the knees and trying, to get it past and just not giving her that location.
Maybe looking to induce a ground ball, let her defense work a little bit for her. At the top of the zone, that's ball 3.
And we saw several actual double plays on Monday night. I think that could be what she was going for. Constable just now needs to split the difference between the two as she's in the hole 0-3. 3-0.
And there's a strike on the inside. 3-1. She's back in this one. She checks over at first base to take a look at our house. And the pitch out of the zone.
Back-to-back walks.
Bringing in Olivia Akins.
And it looks like in the baseball diamond we've got in the second inning, it looks like the Hornets lead Pittsfield 1-0 as well, I think.
I think it's Pittsfield leads.
Okay.
Yep, because it says yep, guess 1.
Okay.
So
you can read that far, I can't.
Well,
all I can see was the numbers.
Sometimes my glasses work. If you see me driving, you might just want to beware.
That looks like we have a pinch runner for Mormon. I was trying to see her number out there. We'll see if we can pick it up here in just a few moments.
Umpire taking some time here. Taps on his chest and says, me time.
That was a me time, too. Well,
Aiken steps in the box. Ball 1. So having some trouble finding the zone here early on is Constable. She did have a good performance the other day. She had 8 strikeouts.
There, she found one down the river.
1-1.
And it is Sydney Byerton out running as a pinch runner.
Out of the zone. So found it, lost it. Digging herself in a hole and just trying to take her time and come back. Pitching is a mindset, but some days things just aren't working. And this one is fouled, so she got a little help there. It was almost a defensive swing as it got on the smallest part of the bat possible.
And that's usually where it stings the most.
Mm-hmm. It would sting worse if it was a little colder today, but not too bad.
No, Mother Nature's being polite to us.
And this one fouled back to the screen. She's just kind of honing in on the zone.
Really doing a nice battle up there at the plate.
And Constable goes back to the mound, kicks some dirt around before stepping and towing the rubber. This one is grounded back to Constable. She'll look at third base. No luck there. She throws across to first base to get the out. Just in time. So saw that she couldn't get the out at third and did a quick spin to set her feet to throw the ball to first base and was just in time to get the out.
Well, really, that's the only option she had to go as the runners had advanced too quickly their bases. So now it's runners in second and third with only one out. In steps Martinez.
So 2 walks and a ground ball this inning. This one swung on and missed by Martinez. And throwing it back is Ella Constable after taking a look down at third base. To Garthouse. On the outside corner, strike 2. Good pitch there. She just wanted a little bit of pressure so she could settle in.
There you go.
0-2 pitch. Off speed. Good pitch. Good thought, but out of the strike zone.
Was looking forward to chase it. She held up, showed that good discipline there in the box.
This one is popped and just going out of play.
Stand back in. We've got a 1-2 count 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Brown County leads Pittsfield 1-0.
Pitch. This one's fouled back to the screen.
Just a little bit under it as it comes flying back. Looks like her timing's really good. And just
good little battle here. So they'll try it again. Constable looking to buckle down and get an out here.
Giving the umpire a moment, get settled.
1-2. Off speed, and she pulls the string there. That was a great pitch and gets her swinging. That's her second strikeout of the day, and both of her strikeouts have come from changeups.
They have, and brings back up Katie Flynn, who opened this up, and she opened her batting this afternoon with a single.
Like to limit that here if possible. This pitch gets past Constable. She runs back to the screen, but not before a run crosses the plate. Now 2-0. Brown County has the lead.
Take a moment to clean off home plate. Again, while they do that, I want to remind you we've got high school baseball action coming your way tomorrow afternoon. That is why the Louisiana Bulldogs will travel to Clopton High School to take on the Hawks in that early EMO conference battle. 4:45 pregame with a 5 o'clock first pitch.
And stepping back into the box is Katie Flynn. 1-0 is the count. And this one is popped into center. Going back and making the catch is Rebecca Newpower for out number 3. We are headed to the top of the third inning. Pittsfield trails Brown County 2-0 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
To start the top of the third, it's 9-1-2 for the Lady Saukees. They've got Carly Constable stepping in the batter's box now. Where's number 11? We'll set Brown County's defense when we get the opportunity as Mormon Wines throws first one in at the chest. Call for strike one. You've got Dunlap behind the plate, Mormon on the mound. Garth House over on first. Lower on second. Friesmeyer at shortstop. She tips that one off for strike number 2. Merkett over on third. Martinez out in left field. Claire Flynn in center. And Akins is your right fielder this afternoon for Brown County. 0-2 is our count on Carly Constable, the pitcher for the Lady Saukees. As Mormon looks for her sign, she sets, winds, fires, ball high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're just getting started. Brown County leads the Saukees 2-0 in the top of the third. Mormon winds, fires, looks on that one inside. They're going to call it just off the plate. Ties it up to a piece. Mormon very quick on the mound. She winds and fires. This one trails up and away out of the zone as well. And quickly we're at a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. It's top of the third. Carly Constable up. And they'll be followed by Newpower and Gerard. This one's fouled off again as Constable stays alive in the batter's box. Dunlap gets the ball back out to Mormon as that was hit out of play. And they're calling for loose ball or for a new ball. They get it thrown in. So now we're all set. Again, Carly Constable, the pitcher for the Lady Saukees, wears number 11. She's battling in the batter's box right now at a full count. Mormon winds, fires. Ball's chest high, and that's a walk. and brings up New Power. New Power connected her first time at bat. She hit it right to the third baseman for the 5-3 putout. New Power, as we mentioned a little bit ago, is left-handed batter. Stands in that left-handed box as Mormon winds, fires, it looks, lays it out bunt. It's a perfectly placed bunt right back to the pitcher. She has nowhere to go and advances the runners as she sits over on first base. That advances Constable to second and brings in Gerard. Kinley Gerard and then Friesmeyer. Still no outs here, top of the third, 2 on for the Lady Saukees. Gerard looks as Mormon looks for her sign. She's waiting for the umpire. Now he gives a signal that he's ready to go. Gets the sign, winds, fires, looks to lay down another bunt, and they're going to call strike. See the corners rushing in as Merkett from over on third base. She's all but to home plate, ready to get that and fire down to first. As Gerard stands there, winds, and she swings away right to the third baseman. She tags, dishes it off to third. They try to get the double play, nothing there, but they fire back to third, and they're safe. So runners at the corners. So they get the lead runner. So got the lead runner as they're having a meeting on the mound on the 5-6 put out for the first out. So 1 out. As we mentioned, we got runners at the corners, and that brings up Kelsey Friesmeyer, the left fielder, wears number 1 on her back for the Lady Saukees. She hit it right to the first baseman, her first at bat. So she's made contact this afternoon already. They're looking for the steal from New Power. She's over on first, standing on. Oh, wait. Never mind. Gerard's on first. New Power's on third. Ball called on Friesmeyer. She looks back as Mormon walks to the back of the circle. Steps to the mound. Gets her sign. She winds and fires. There's big contact out to left field. And it's going to score at least 1 for Pittsfield. New Power comes around. Gerard's looking. They're waving her home. And it's a stand-up double for Friesmeyer with 2 RBI. So she gets a stand-up double, gives the Saukees their first lead, or ties it up, excuse me. Here in the top of the third, only 1 out. Mormon looks in again. Taking a big swing is Ella Constable for strike 1. So Constable stands back in. Mormon winds, fires ball high out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. 2-2 is our score. We're knotted at 2-all. As Mormon looks again for the sign. This one down at the knees. Just out of the zone, 2-1. Friesmeyer standing out on second for the Lady Saukees. Contact here. It's in foul territory. And it's a 2-2 count. So Ella Constable, your catcher, standing in the batter's box as Mormon winds, fires ball high, and it's full count. Dunlap doing a nice job behind the plate. Nothing's gotten past her really this afternoon. With the payoff pitch. And it was right down the middle. It's a looking strikeout for out number 2. Steps in Grace Henry. She struck out her last at bat. She makes contact here to the shortstop. Pick it up, fires over to first, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd. We're tied up at 2-all from Brown County High School as you're listening to high school softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, The sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
In the bottom of the third, we're tied at 2-all here at Brown County High School as the Lady Saukees put 2 runs across at the top of the third. And now the Hornets will look and see what kind of answer they have for that, as it's going to be 2, 3, and 4 up to bat. Claire Flynn, Marquette, and Dunlap up, and if anybody gets on, lower. So they're working on their pitches. Again, want to remind you we've got more Diamond action headed your way tomorrow as the Clopton Hawks host the Louisiana Bulldogs in an emo conference battle. 4:45 pregame, 5 o'clock first pitch right here on Eagle 102. They throw the pitch down, and we're ready. As we mentioned, Claire Flynn steps in. She grounded out to shortstop her last at bat, or first at bat actually. Where's number 10? Home plate umpire getting ready to clean off home plate. Make sure you can see those edges. Nice crowd here at Brown County this afternoon as fans are lined down the fences and even out in the outfield. Flynn steps in the batter's box. Constable looks for the sign. She winds and fires. Quick strike in there from Constable. Of course, that's Claire Constable. Ella behind the plate. Flynn back in the batter's box. She waits, winds and fires, makes contact down the third base line, and it's fair. Looks like she could be in there for at least a double. She slides in and is safe. Right down that third base line is Claire Flynn. She opens it up with the double for the Lady Hornets. And that'll bring up Marquette. She got on an error her last at bat. So already with the runner in scoring position for the Lady Hornets, so she looks at strike one. Constable looks for the sign, gets it, gives the nod. She sets, winds, fires. High foul ball up behind us, over our heads, out of play. And it's quickly 0-2. Constable stands in the circle waiting for the batter to step in the batter's box. She sets. Ball high. Fouls it away. Continues battling in the batter's box. Going to make Constable work for this one. Again, a runner in scoring position out on second base. No outs. No balls, 2 strikes. Constable winds, fires. Another contact high. Out of play once again. They've just got someone out there shagging balls at this point. So they get the ball in. Carly Constable has it in her hand. They're all looking around. She's like, no, pitcher's like, I got it. So she's ready, waiting for Ella to get set. Flash the sign. Umpire says fire when ready. Another high fly one. And that falls a little too close. I need Maddie to get back over here to protect me should this ball get any closer to me. So Constable back in the batter's box, or excuse me, back in pitcher's mound. They throw in a couple softballs as they had run out the spare ones that they had stashed away. Okay. Ashley Marquette stands in, wears sticks on her backs. Constable winds, fires. She connects. It goes off of both of them, both the catcher and the umpire's face mask. So, again, it's a battle between these two. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Got Flynn standing out on second base for the Lady Hornets. We're tied in a 2-2 game here in the bottom of the third. Constable looks in again. This one down low, first ball. And they're going to advance Flynn advances to third on the steal. So obviously a single is going to score Flynn. Any contact at all. Constable winds, fires again. Gets this one. She cranks that one out down the left field line and goes out of play once again. So continuing to battle is the number 3 hitter for the Lady Hornets. Looks like the score is still the same in the boys' action. Pittsfield leads Brown County 1-0 in the third. This one connects. It's down the right field line this time. Still in foul territory. Here we're tied up 2-2 here in the bottom of the third. As Ashley Marquette continues to battle with Carly Constable. I've already lost count of how many pitches have been thrown just in this at-bat. Constable winds and fires again. That one's right down the third base line to the third baseman. They throw it home and get the out. Marquette stand over on first. She's dancing around a little bit. She gets the single. So 5-3 for the first out. And that brings up Dunlap. A play at the plate. Made perfectly. Peebles threw it home. Constable was there. And that brings up Kyra Dunlap, the catcher for Brown County. So now 1 out. Runner on first. 2-2 is our score. We're in the bottom of the third. Constable again is waiting for the umpire to get set. Now Ella Constable, the catcher, set. Winds and fires. This one hits the gap. Past shortstop. Here comes Marquette. She's looking to score as they wave her on in. And is it a triple? No, it's going to be a double for Dunlap as she gets in there standing up. As scoring from first was Marquette. And we've got Dunlap standing on second, so another runner in scoring position with 1 out. Hornets retake the lead, 3-2 here in the bottom of the third. Lower comes in. As Constable looks, winds and fires. Ball high. We knew this game was going to be a battle between these two, and they've given us nothing but that this afternoon so far. As Constable once again looks, winds, fires, connecting on a changeup. And it's a 1-1 count. Ella Constable, the catcher, looks down to the dugout for the sack. Gives it to Carly Constable on the mound. She winds, fires. This one connects right down the third base line. It is fair, and they're going to wave home Dunlap, and they switch places as it's another double. So Brown County's done a nice job of taking advantage of these big hits. 4-2 our score with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Garth House steps up now. Where's number 45? She waits. Constable winds, fires. Ball high. Stand now. Second now is Lower. Constable on the mound for the Saukees. And she fires this one in, gets away from her, and that's going to advance the runner on the wild pitch. So 2 balls, no strikes to Brooke. Reminder to be patient in the batter's box. As Constable looks in. Spins the ball on her hip. Winds, fires, makes contact right down to the third baseman. It's fair territory. They throw it across the mound, and it's an out. Holds the runner on third on the 5-3 put out. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Mormon. Mormon got to hit her last at bat. No, I'm sorry, she walked her last at bat. So very patient in the batter's box as Constable is set. Looks, ball high. Up out of the zone was Constable. Look to bring that down just a little bit as Mormon steps back in. She's in the center of the box. She waits. Pitch comes in. It's high and away as well. Coach reminds her that the pitch needs to be perfect before she takes a swing, and she is very patient, as we mentioned last one. Drew the walk. Constable again. Gets this one. Still high in the zone, and it's quickly 0-3. Excuse me, 3-0. I don't know why I keep doing that. 3-0. This is where Constable threw a strike down the middle last time. Is that what she does again? And she does. So 3-1 is the count. 2 outs. Runner over on third. 4-2 our score. Hornets lead Pittsfield here in the bottom of the third. And strike 2. She takes it to a full count. As Constable heads back, she doesn't even walk all the way back to the back of the circle. She basically stands pretty well right on the rubber. Both pitchers do a nice job of getting this game moving. And Mormon fouls this one off to stay alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third for the Lady Hornets. Lead this one 4-2 here in the bottom of the third. Mormon is at bat for the Lady Hornets. As Constable steps back on the mound. Winds, fires, payoff pitch is a strike. Got her looking for out number 3. We are headed to the top of the 4th as Brown County leads Pittsfield 4-2 as you listen to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Brown County retook the lead in the bottom of the third. They now lead the Saukees 4-2. Here as we head to the top of the 4th, it's going to be Peebles, Hefner, DeCamp, and Constable for the Saukees. Coach Christy Hefner bringing out an extra softball as several of the Brown County ladies were fouling them off left and right out of play. So Peebles is going to step up. She wears number 22 on her back. The home plate umpire is going to clean it off. We're going to get ready to set. Mormon still on the mound for the Lady Hornets. Peebles, her last at bat, hit it out to right field. And she got that single. So Peebles is set. Mormon looking for a sign. She gives a nod, hits her windup. And it's right down the middle. Again, Mormon, a lot like Constable. The two do not delay when they're out in the circle. They're quickly in their windup. Ball high. So Peebles stands in the middle of the batter's box. Dunlap gives the sign. Mormon enters that windup. Ball high and away. 2 balls, 1 strike to Peebles. Peebles moves up in the batter's box just a little bit as Mormon now connects, and it goes down. She brings one out of the dirt, and it's going to get a single. It's a stand-up. As that's actually probably an error on the second baseman, but she'll take it. The E4 is second baseman out there. Lauer kind of gave it a little bit of a kick. And that brings up Hefner. So Hefner stands in. One of the few batters I don't see hold their bat close. Ball high and away. Mentioned that Dunlap's done a fantastic job behind the plate, not letting wild pitches get away. Actually, Constable has as well. So both games have been caught very well on both sides. Hefner again stands. Ball, they're going to say it caught the outside corner for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs. Top of the fourth. 4-2 our score. Hornets lead the Saukees in this matchup here at Brown County High School. Ball inside at the knees. Low and inside for ball 2. Peebles standing over on first for Pittsfield. As Mormon gets back set on the rubber. Taps her back foot. Swings, winds, and fires. They connect with this one to the second baseman. Again, Lauer scoops it up for out number 1. But it advances Peebles on the 4-3 put out. In steps Harley DeCamp. DeCamp has number 26 on the back of her red jerseys. She hit it back to the first baseman. I think she caught it in foul territory. She connects again. Over on the right-hand side, it's going to be in foul territory, but out of play. So strike 1 to DeCamp. One out for the Lady Saukees. DeCamp standing in. Mormon goes into her windup. That one was right on that inside corner. First strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes. People standing out on second. Dunlap calls for a rise ball, and they foul this one off. So she continues to battle. DeCamp does. Count remains the same. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Top of the fourth. Carly Constable up. If anybody gets on, New Power will be back at the top of the lineup once again. Dunlap set. She flashes a sign. Shows high ball once again. Looking to rise. And fouls this one off. And it's Dunlap with the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up Constable. Constable walked her last at bat. Lady Saukees still have people standing out on second base. As the pitcher, Carly Constable, steps in the batter's box for Pittsfield. Dunlap set again after that catch, and that out. Flashes a sign to Mormon. She enters her windup. Fires this one in, and it's called a ball. So below the knees. As Constable gets back in, she's set. Mormon likes the sign she gets. Gets this one right in this strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the top of the fourth. Brown County leads Pittsfield 4-2. 2 outs for the Lady Saukees. As Constable waits, ball high and away. Peebles still dancing around out at second base. Thought about the steal. Dunlap was able to reel that in quickly. So everybody's back set. Woman again taps her back toe, winds and fires. It's down the middle and strike 2. Fouls this one off down the right field line. They chase it out to the fence. As Mormon again looks inside to Dunlap. Dunlap kind of moves to the outside portion of the plate. Ball outside. It's full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. People standing out on second base. Yes, Constable's battling Mormon. That's Carly Constable. Mormon sets, delivers. She goes down, tries to get this one, but it's fouled off again. So we'll do it again. Mormon, who wears number 8 on her back, on her green jersey. Both teams black pants. Constable looks down to Mormon as she winds, fires, connects, and it's a strikeout. That's how the top of the fourth ends. Runner stranded out on second base as Brown County continues to lead Pittsfield here headed to the bottom of the fourth, 4-2 here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
So nice of you to return, Maddie, now that all the foul balls have avoided hitting me. I was getting a little nervous. You're acting like I'm going to have to do something that requires me to catch a softball.
I saw them, and I was like, man, I should go save Marianne.
I know. It's so nice of you to think about that.
Well, it's Mermaid Day. It's not Superhero Day.
So
mentally, I'm a mermaid, so I wasn't.
So no Jason Momoa for you, huh?
No.
Okay. All right, I'll remember that, by the way. It's
you have every right to.
Mermaid Day, not Superhero Day.
Yep.
Why is it I'm drawing a blank what his superhero was? What was
Aquaman.
It? Aquaman, yes. You know Aquawoman today?
No Aquawoman, no.
We got Akins up for Brown County. Where's number 22, Olivia? She hit it back to the pitcher her last at bat. And
So
I'll let you do some work now.
It'll be 8-9-1 for Brown County. So Akins, Martinez, and then Flynn. And then if Flynn gets on, hey, we have another Flynn.
Flynn squared.
The first pitch from Constable to Akins. And it catches the top of the zone on the outside corner. Strike one. Good start. Pittsfield trails Brown County 4-2.
It is 2-1 now in the baseball field as Brown County leads Pittsfield in the fourth.
Quickly 0-2 as that ball was batted back to the screen. And then it was like a nice little ground ball. It rolled all the way back out to Constable.
That was nice of it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. She didn't have to do too much chasing. But 0-2. This one is hit into center field. It's going to drop for at least a single. Making the stop is Rebecca Newpower to keep her at first base. So a single for Akins to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning.
And Maddie, while that last inning, it looked like it was double after double for the Lady Hornets, and I thought they did a nice job of trading places.
Yeah, they did, and those balls were really right down the line.
They were, especially that third base line.
And those are hard to defend. Attempting to bunt there was fouled back, and Constable finds it underneath her feet. So that's strike one.
Martinez looking for the bunt.
Martinez looks like she has some speed, so we'll see if she uses it here. This one is bunted as well, and it goes foul. Good spin on it to make that ball not stay in fair territory.
Yeah, it looks though that if she connects and it goes the right direction, it's going to die pretty quickly.
Yeah. Got a good bunting stance and form. She'll likely get there eventually, but she has 2 strikes now, so it's tough to bunt with 2 strikes unless you're super confident. And that one is in the dirt. That's ball one, and taking second base is Akins, but she was nearly thrown out. It was a good read on the pitch as it had some off-speed diving action, and she decided to take a chance, but Ella Constable showed off her arm and made that one close.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Brown County leads Pittsfield 4-2.
So Carly Constable steps back on the rubber. This one just out of the zone. Good rise ball, but not chasing is Martinez. Good discipline. So 2-2 now the count.
I noticed that the crowd has gathered out in center field.
I think those are some students who are looking to heckle maybe.
Are they looking to heckle or are they looking for a home run ball? That's what I'm going with.
I don't know. I think they'd keep it if there was a home run ball, right?
They might.
Put it in their pocket.
They might. Look for an autograph afterwards.
Runner on second base for Brown County, 2-2, no outs. We're at the bottom of the lineup. This one is fouled again, so it's a battle.
Yeah, Martinez is doing a nice job staying in there and fighting her way through this at bat.
Kicking some dirt around and trying to see what pitch she's going to throw next is Constable. She comes set, the windup, tries the rise ball. Good pitch, but not biting is Martinez.
Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Good at bat, especially later in the game, making Constable work a little bit more. And this one is hit into center field, and running back to make the catch right on the grass is the second baseman, Kinley Gerard.
Well, that's your first out. So it still leaves Aiken standing out on second base.
But we're back to the top of the lineup.
Flynn, and if anybody gets on, we could see another battle with Marquette again.
And Katie Flynn has had some success at the plate today. Trying to keep her off the base path if possible. And this one is hit to the shortstop, and it's off the glove of Grace Henry. Picking it up is second baseman Kinley Gerard, but there's nothing they can do. Runners now at the corners for Brown County.
So an E6 on the play. As you mentioned, puts runners on the corners.
Grace Henry looks like she's just staying back a little bit and letting that ball kind of eat her up. I think earlier in the game she had a similar error where it just kind of rolled up her arm.
Yeah, it looked like she's kind of holding her side a little bit. I think she may have taken one off the ribs there on the inside.
Attempting to square the bunt, but pulls it back, and just in time that is ball number 1, but taking second base is Katie Flynn. So now runners both in scoring position, second and third. 1 out in the ball game. This one is in the dirt, big leads, but keeping it in front of her is Ella Constable to cause them to retreat back.
I made the comment just short bit ago that both games have been well caught on both sides of the ball this afternoon.
Yep. That one's in for a strike on the outside corner. Seen a lot of balls hit the plate and kind of skip, and so catchers have done a good job of defending and keeping it in front. That one's low.
3 balls, 1 strike here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Runners on second and third for the Lady Hornets as Flynn steps back in the batter's box.
Pittsfield needs to buckle down here and not let any runs cross the plate. That one's out of the zone. That's ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. For Merkert.
And she spent all kinds of time battling her last at bat.
She did.
She went for quite a while.
Had a good at bat. So she's seen a lot of pitches from Constable. And there's going to be a conference at the mound.
Yeah, I think that they must have missed that they called timeout for it because everybody was just kind of standing on the infield like, huh? What we doing?
What do you mean the coach is running out there? Well, the umpire has time. He checked back up there. It was like, hey.
While we have a moment, I want to remind folks we've got more high school baseball action coming your way tomorrow evening, Maddie, as the Hawks and the Bulldogs do battle at Clopton High School in an early MO conference battle between those two. You can join all the action right here on Eagle 102 on air at KJ. How about this? On air at 102.1. 102.1 FM, online at kjfmradio.com, on the KJFM radio app, and on Alexa. 4:45 pregame, 5 o'clock first pitch. I'm done talking now.
But I need you.
No, I think I'm done. That was horrible.
Bases loaded with 1 out. Merkert is at the plate. She's your 3-hole wearing number 11, playing third base today for Brown County. The Hornets. This one is fouled back towards me.
Oh, so now it's just a me show.
It is.
I see how this goes.
Hey, it was on the other side. I was defending you. That's what you wanted.
Yeah, I wanted you to defend me when it was coming over top of the fence, and I had to look up past the sun.
I have to start bringing my glove to these things.
I appreciate it if you would.
The 0-1. That one is a good pitch, but it's low. 1-1. Trying to get her to chase.
If we bring mine, we're all just going to get a comedy show. We're not supposed to be the entertainment.
Somehow I think we are. Bases loaded. Good pitch there. I think she kind of crossed Ella Constable up a little bit as Carly went high, and I think that Ella was looking low. But it's called for a strike. 1-2.
And I'm looking because all three of the Brown County runners, man, they're getting nice big jumps.
They are.
Should she make contact?
That one gets past Constable. She's running to the back. Stop and not in time. Coming across the plate to score is Akins. Make it 5-2. Not much she could do. That ball hit off of her chest and just kept running. It was a ball that kind of skipped off the ground pretty hard.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. You mentioned it's 5-2, top of the 4th, bottom of the 4th.
This one is hit down the left field line. It's carrying, and this ball is gone. A home run, a 3-run home run at that for Merkert.
And that gets a big clap from the faithful here this afternoon.
And she steps on home to make it official. Adds 3 to the score, making it 8-2.
And now with only 1 out, it looks like Pittsfield's going to have to come up with some maybe new pitching strategies here to hold Brown County at bay.
So a big home run, but now the bases are cleared.
Dunlap comes up now for the Lady Hornets. She got a stand-up double last inning.
Got to come back with a strike here. Carly Constable as she steps back on the rubber. But just got to collect yourself and keep going after a big home run like that. And ball 1's thrown. A little bit of frustration. But she gets back on the rubber. And this one is fouled.
And I made the comment just a few minutes ago, both pitchers have done a nice job tonight of not letting grass grow under their feet. I mean, they get the ball back from the pitcher, and they're not walking to the back of the circle and taking time.
Mm-hmm.
They're barely kicking dirt. They're basically to the rubber and ready to fire as soon as that batter's set.
They definitely do a good job of getting into their rhythm. This one is hit to the shortstop, but diving to make the play is Grace Henry. She comes up to get the out at first base, and what a stop.
Nice diving play by Henry.
That's out number 2. If you're just joining us, Pittsfield trails Brown County 8-2. It's a big 4th inning for Brown County.
On the 3-run home run by Marquette.
Definitely makes this one a tough one. This one's in the dirt for ball 1. Lair steps back in the box. This one is hit into left field, going over the head of Kelsey Friesmeyer. She goes to the fence, and it gets under the fence, so it's a stand-up double for Lair.
And this is kind of what they did their last at bat. Double after double.
Bringing in Guardhouse. This is the 6-hole hitter, wearing number 45, playing first base today. She has a runner on second base with 2 outs.
She made contact with ball last at bat. She hit it to the third baseman, however, was thrown out at first.
The first pitch. In for a strike. Big lead, though, for Lair. 0-1. And Constable's ready to go. Waiting for the batter to step into the box. Just missing on that inside corner.
It was definitely high enough. Just missed that inside corner as you mentioned.
1-1 as Pittsfield defenders go back to their spots after running a Brown County athlete back to the bag. 2-1. A little bit longer of a pause there from Constable. And that's ball 3.
Yep, 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 8-2 our score. Brown County leads Pittsfield here in the bottom of the 4th.
3-1. This one is hit in the air. And calling it is the first baseman, Janie Hefner, and she makes out number 3. We are headed to the top of the 5th inning. Pittsfield has some work to do as they trail Brown County 8-2 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Eolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
We're headed to the top of the fifth inning, Maddie, as Brown County has taken a nice lead in the bottom of the fourth with a 3-run home run by Merkett. So 8-2 is our score here as we start the top of the fifth when it's 1, 2, and 3 leading things off.
So they're at the top of the lineup, as you mentioned, and so should be a good start for Pittsfield. Taking it through the lineup another time here in this ball game. And that one goes back to the screen for ball one. High and just misses New Power.
And Mormon is kind of giggling, kind of apologizes to New Power because it came inside.
New Power is a slap hitter. Or at least she did her last at bat. This line, she looks like she's hitting from power from the left side. She takes that first pitch strike there. 1-1 is our count. And she steps back in the box. Mormon takes her time. This one is punched out of play. Gets down. Outfielders made a good run for it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And as you mentioned, we're in the top of the fifth. 8-2 our score. Hornets lead the Saukees here at Brown County.
And a longer look from Mormon here.
She has a very quick windup.
She does. Outside, ball 2, 2-2. And New Power steps back into the batter's box. Waves her bat a couple of times, and here's the pitch from Mormon. This one's fouled. It's going out of play, over our heads, and sending a fan chasing. 2-2. Sun is still glaring in our eyes.
Kind of feel for the batters.
Yeah.
Right-handed batters.
Yeah,
New Power, the left-handed batter, doesn't seem to be fazed by it too much.
This one is fouled, and it's coming our way.
Yeah.
I can't see it, though.
What? You just sat there. What are you doing?
I couldn't see it.
Yeah. You're still thinking about being a mermaid.
I am.
We got a softball game going on here. 8-2 is our score. Brown County leads Pittsfield here in the top of the fifth.
And New Power at the plate. She's had a good battle here. This one she fouls, and it goes over our heads. I saw that one.
Glad you did, because I lost it in the sun.
So we try. 2-2 again.
Nice battle here between pitcher and batter. As the wind's kind of picked up a little bit here as the game's gone on. I liked it better when it was very still.
Seems like New Power's trying to get her pitch and making Mormon work. The 2-2, and swung on and missed. She went way outside that time, and chasing was New Power. That's a strikeout for Mormon, and it's the first out of the fifth inning.
That brings up Gerard. She came around and touched all the bags her first, last at bat.
Batting from the right-hand side all the way at the front of the box is Kinley. This one is popped into left field. Calling her teammates off is the center fielder. Claire Flynn, and she makes the catch for out number 2.
She was ran almost clear over into left field. She was not very far from the third base line.
No, she was closer to the scoreboard, I
Yeah.
think, than the left fielder was.
She had some momentum carrying her, which made it a good catch for her. She had a good eye on it, making the right call as long as because it looked like they communicated well.
Yeah. And the first pitch to Friesmeyer, it's a changeup. She gets caught swinging. Strike 1.
Friesmeyer had to double her last at bat. Got the RBI.
She steps back in the batter's box. Kind of an open stance for Kelsey. And that one swung on. Strike 2. And she'll step back into the batter's box.
2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Brown County up by 6.
This one is hit to the third baseman. Rolls up the arm of Merkert and throwing it across the diamond, but not in time. Kelsey Friesmeyer is at first base, so good hard hit. Ran up the arm of Merkert. No play.
So an E5 on there gets a runner on for Pittsfield, and that brings up Ella Constable. She went down looking her last at bat. She popped out to center field her first at bat.
So Pittsfield trying to get a run on the board here. Friesmeyer has some speed. And you have your 4-hole hitter, Constable, wearing number 24 at the plate. First pitch, inside low, keeping it in front, though, is Dunlap. She takes a look over at Friesmeyer to make sure she's staying put at first base. And gets the ball back to Mormon. The next pitch. This one's in for a strike, 1-1. Stepping back into the box is Ella Constable. Looking for a big hit here. She'd like to bring Friesmeyer in. And that one hits her. That wasn't the big hit I was talking about.
No, and I'm pretty sure it's not the hit she was thinking about either.
So runners on first and second for Pittsfield with 2 outs. And now your 5-hole, Grace Henry, steps into the right-hand side of the batter's box.
Henry connected, sent the ball to shortstop her last at bat, and Haver was thrown out at first.
So runner in scoring position for Pittsfield. It'd be good opportunity to capitalize. And this one is hit down the third baseline, just foul.
She came around swinging hard as she made contact with that and sent it flying down that third baseline.
It's strike 1, a long strike 1, and it rolls back into Mormon from the outfield. So Henry says, let's try that again. She knows what she's looking for now as she steps in the batter's box. The pitch from Mormon. That one, change up, and holding back is Henry, so that's a tough pitch to hold back on.
She showed a lot of discipline there.
Good pitch. Checking for the offer and say she did not go. 1-1. That one's out of the zone. Ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 2 runners on for the Lady Saukees. Brown County up 8-2 here in this matchup.
Friesmeyer is at second base. And that one's in for a strike. 2-2 evens things up. And then over at first base, it's Ella Constable. Stepping back in is Grace Henry. She's got a battle. This one is lined into left field. Running over to try to make the catch is Martinez, but it gets over her head. Here comes Friesmeyer. She's going to score. Constable's coming around third base. Will there be a play at home? There's not. So standing up, and that is a double with 2 RBIs for Grace Henry. Back in this ball game is Pittsfield as it's 8-4.
Doesn't take much to get back in these, does it, Maddie?
No, it does not. Especially when you have some offense. And able to capitalize, especially with 2 outs. That's a big clutch hit there from Henry. Brings in Taylor Peebles. This one is grounded to the second baseman. She's going to have to be quick. She makes the play at first base for out number 3, but not before Pittsfield strikes back. It's 8-4. You're listening to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Well, Marianne, we have a pretty good ball game here. Some good offense from both sides as we're just in the 5th inning, and Pittsfield trails Brown County 8-4, but that was a big hit there from Grace Henry to get Pittsfield back in this ball game.
Yeah, absolutely, and she did a nice job of placement on that one and got them around to score. And it doesn't take much. That's the beauty of this game, is that you can be down by a few and all of a sudden very quickly you're right back in it.
Yep, and so there's really no safe lead here, and both pitchers have done a good job, both catchers have done a good job, but offensively these teams have been striking at each other and put up some big hits.
And it looks like
Friesmeyer is into pitch.
Yep, we changed pitchers.
So it looked like Constable was having a little bit of trouble that last time through the lineup, so going to change it up a little bit with Friesmeyer from the rubber. So she's getting her warm-up pitches. And I'm wondering what kind of shifts they made in the outfield.
Guess we'll find out shortly.
I can't see that far, Marianne.
No, me neither. Either way, we're heading to the bottom of the 5th, and
looks like maybe number 4 is out there. Do we have information on number 4 for Pittsfield?
For Tori Stumbaugh.
So looks like she has entered the game, if I'm seeing correctly out there.
We'll have to see whose place she took. So who went over to shortstop? Oh, Flynn's still there. Oh, we're just chasing things down now. They confuse me so much when they get out there.
So it looks like number 4 is in left field. And you said that was Stumbaugh.
Yeah.
So that is the change that we do know about at the moment.
So our guess is that she's coming in
place of
Constable.
Carly Constable.
And it's Tori.
At the plate.
So Mormon in plate now.
She takes ball 1. And steps back in the batter's box. The second pitch from Friesmeyer. This one carries out of the zone, ball 2. A little bit of a different style from Friesmeyer.
Again, though, it doesn't take long. She's pretty well set.
That one carries out of the zone, but swung on by Mormon.
Got her to chase it.
Good pitch from Friesmeyer. 2-1.
8-4 our score. Brown County leads here on the bottom of the 5th.
The next pitch. This one's fouled. Hits off the umpire and the catcher. 2-2, so she's worked her way back into this one.
Mormon went down looking her last at bat. Looks like Pittsfield's retaking the lead in the baseball game in the 5th. They now lead 4-2. So these games seem to be kind of sort of mirroring each other a little bit, except for a flip-flop.
The next pitch in the dirt, 3-2. If you're just joining us, it is the bottom half of the 5th inning here. And Pittsfield trails Brown County 8-4. 3-2 is the count. No outs. It's Mormon at the plate for Brown County. This one is lined to the third baseman, and it drops in front of Peebles, and it gets past her. Nothing that she can do, as that ball was kind of dying. I was on the inside part of the bat that she lined that ball down the third baseline and just really was dying, and tough play to kind of read.
It was. And we got the courtesy runner in of Brighton once again. And that brings in Olivia Akins.
So we're at the bottom of the lineup. It's 8-9-1 for the Hornets. Lady Saukees looking to put a stop here as they were able to put up a couple runs in the top half of the 5th inning. This one's fouled back to the screen. Going to have to make some plays defensively, as it seems like Friesmeyer is pitching to contact. The next pitch. This one is hit high in the air and goes out of play.
Good contact from Akins.
Seemed like she was a little bit behind.
Just needs to straighten it out.
But good work here from Friesmeyer, now 0-2. As Kelsey finds her footing on the pitcher's rubber. Just missing on the outside corner. Looked like a nice little curveball from Friesmeyer. 1-2, not a bad place to miss with 2 strikes. Some good command. The 1-2 pitch. Out of the zone, 2-2.
And that wind needs to die back down.
Yeah.
It has continued to pick up even more.
Can go back to where it came from.
Has a tendency to cool things off.
2-2. This one is lined to the shortstop, and one hopper throwing it to second base for the out, and then over to first, and it gets past Hefner. She's chasing it, and staying at first base, though, is Akins.
Oh, still a single there.
So, hit to Grace Henry. She was able to flip the ball to Gerard. She got the out at second base. The force out tried to turn that double play. It gets past Janie Hefner. 1 out. Runner on first base for Brown County.
Brings back in Martinez. We saw her battle her last at bat.
They do have that force out at second base. And pretty much the same play here. Let's see if they get her. They got her at second. They fire it over to first, not in time. But that's 2 force outs in a row and some good work from Grace Henry.
So that takes us back to the top of the lineup to Katie Flynn.
Flynn has had some success against Constable today. Let's see what Friesmeyer does. To Flynn. 2 outs. This one is popped high. Goes right behind us, Marianne.
Yeah, that gentleman was going to save me.
He was.
If you weren't going to.
I know. I lost it in the sun that time. But that's strike 1 on Flynn. And the first strike of the at-bat. Good start here for Friesmeyer. This one is fouled out of play. Strike 2.
Making good contact with these pitches. Flynn just needs to be able to straighten it out.
Haven't seen anything off speed from Friesmeyer just yet, but now would be a good time to pull the string. Especially here at the top of the lineup. 0-2. Inside, and it's hit off of her ankle. Looks like she rolled over on top of that pitch, and she's in some pain here.
Yeah, she is.
Never a good feeling.
Look, she done waved off coach. She said, get back there. I got this.
As soon as someone shows sympathy, it's like, I have no more pain.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Cold. It's getting a little chilly out.
Yep.
And it stings off the inside of that foot. But you knew, just from watching her battle out here all day, that she's a competitor. So you knew that wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
Unless that ankle was hanging. She was getting back up.
0-2, 2 outs. That ball's in the dirt, and stealing second base is Martinez.
Well, we talked about it earlier. We thought that she might show a little bit of speed.
Really caught a lot of the Lady Saukees off guard there.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. We're in the bottom of the 5th.
But a runner in scoring position for Brown County. The pitch from Friesmeyer. She takes it to the top of the zone. Not a bad pitch, but it's not a strike. So 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner on second. 8-4, Brown County has the lead. Just the bottom of the 5th inning here. The next pitch, this one is lined down the left field line, tailing, and it's foul.
Tell you what, if she straightens that one out, it's headed over the fence.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice piece of hitting there. Big swing, big hit. Just couldn't stay between the lines. Friesmeyer battling with Flynn. Getting some work here. Martinez at second base, and that ball is low. Now 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Full count. We know that Friesmeyer is going to have to give Flynn something to hit here.
Three-two pitch. Here it comes. This one is lined down left field line as well, but it goes way foul. And they throw a new ball in.
Again, straightening it out, you're going to get it over the fence. That's out of the fence by a little bit at center field.
Already seen a home run today, and it was a good one. 3-2. Here's the pitch. This one is fouled.
Back behind us again.
Oh, all right, good. I was like, well.
Nope, I followed that one.
All right, good. As soon as I looked up, the sun said, you don't see anything anymore.
Yeah, there's all kinds of yellow spots.
Yeah. 3-2. Again. Said that a lot in this at-bat. This one is smacked into center field and on the one hop, but firing home to keep the runner at third base is New Power. What a throw and what a play out there as that ball was hit hard.
She did. I tell you what, she came up throwing, and I tell you what, I'm not too sure that if you gave her an extra step or two, she wouldn't have had a line drive to home plate.
And that's a single, and then she advanced on the throw. Brings in number 10, Claire Flynn. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. And that's in for strike one, a late call.
So that's kind of a late one. That was down and inside.
Good start for Friesmeyer. She'd like to get into the dugout with no runs coming across the plate here, but Pittsfield was able to put up 2 with 2 outs. Brown County said, we could probably do the same thing. We can at least try. Ball carries out of the zone. 1-1.
Oh, somehow.
The next pitch from Friesmeyer. It's high. Looks like a rise ball trying to get her to chase. Didn't happen. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. In the dirt, 3-1.
Again, we're going to have to go back to Friesmeyer's going to have to throw Flynn something that she can connect with if she's looking in the right place.
She's done a good job of pitching to contact so far. Got to have a little bit of faith in the defense to get you out of this inning with 2 outs. You put another runner on, and then you're in some trouble. And that's in there for a strike. 3-2. And she takes a slow start here. 3-2 pitch. This one is chopped to second base. They're going to have to be quick coming up with it to make the play at first base. Attempting to and dropped at first base by Hefner. Not a great throw over there from Kinley Gerard. So 2 runs come across the plate to score for Brown County on the error. Kind of tough to hold on to, especially with as bang-bang as the play was. It puts some pressure on you. So, good pitch there from Friesmeyer, and way to get that ground ball. Sometimes it's just hard to execute after that. So 2 runs come across the plate for Brown County.
Okay, so I thought, maybe I accidentally hit something, but I thought the score...
It's 10-4. They
just fixed it. Okay, I was like, okay, wait a minute.
Because they even took it to 10-30.
Oh, hey, there we go.
30-10, I should say. That's a big swing there. And throwing down to second base, trying to get the runner, but not in time, was Constable. At the plate, it's Merkert.
So no balls, 2 strikes here, 2 outs.
But another runner in scoring position for Brown County.
Now Merkert had the 3-run home run or last at bat.
This one's off speed. 0-2. Good pitch there from Friesmeier as it was fouled back to the screen. Merker was way out on that front foot, just throwing her hands at the ball. And the 0-2. In the dirt, and kept in front of her is Constable.
Yeah, did a nice job able to hold the runner over on second base.
That was a big lead out there from Claire Flynn, but she quickly went back to second base when she realized Constable made that stop. 1-2. Pitch from Friesmeier. This one is smacked into left field. It's going to get down, and it's over the fence. Just barely making it over, but that is a home run for Merkert, and that is a 2-run shot.
So 5 runs today put up by Merkert, and back-to-back home runs.
It's a big performance from her. 12-4 now our score. They were both line drive shots too. Like the Pittsfield Lady Saukees, they were right at that fence, and it just hopped right over. That fence is low enough. You'd think we could rob a home run.
You would think. You would.
But
think.
It was on a line, and it just kind of started to fall right at the fence. So another home run for Merkert. That's not something you hear often. 2 in a game.
2, yeah, back-to-back.
Yeah. So she's had a great day at the plate.
She's crossed home plate every time she's been up except for her initial bat in the first inning.
That's somebody you're going to have to pitch around and keep off the base path as this game continues, as we're just in the 5th inning. 12-4. Brown County is leading Pittsfield. Friesmeier towing the rubber for the Lady Saukees. That one's out of the zone. Ball 1.
Dunlap has had some success today as well for the Lady Hornets.
Able to hold back, but that one's called for a strike. She wanted to chase it. It was up in the zone. It would have been tight on her hands as well. But she was able to hold back. Not her pitch. A strike for Friesmeier, though. 1-1. Ball out of the zone. 2-1.
As we mentioned, winds picked up and temperatures beginning to drop here.
Not a bad pitch, but 3-1. 4-2 still the score in the baseball game. It's the 6th inning over there. Pittsfield is leading. And the 3-1 pitch from Friesmeier out of the zone, ball 4.
So that's her first walk. And that brings up Blower.
With a runner at first base, 2 outs. She's had some success as well.
She's had back-to-back doubles.
She stands near the front of the box to face Friesmeier. This one is fouled right over our heads. So swinging that first pitch. Strike 1. Good start. And she's already ready to go. Friesmeier's taking a little bit of time before stepping back onto the rubber. This pitch is fouled back to the screen. 0-2. Going to have to get away from the plate as these hitters in this core of your lineup, the heart of your lineup, have had some success, especially when those balls are left over the plate. Oh, 0-2 pitch from Friesmeier. Out of the zone. Good idea. Couldn't get her to chase. 1-2.
Again, want to remind you we've got more high school baseball action for you tomorrow afternoon as the Hawks and the Bulldogs battle at Clopton High School. 4:45 pregame, 5 o'clock first pitch right here on Eagle 102.
1-2. Ball in the dirt. 2-2.
Friesmeier gets set again.
Went from from 0-2 to quickly 3-2 as that ball went way out of the zone.
So Friesmeyer had her first walk with Dunlap, and she was going to want to avoid putting lower on as well.
And she steps back on the mound. Winds up and gets her to swing, chasing. It's a strikeout for Friesmeyer. We're headed to the top of the 6th inning. Pittsfield trails Brown County 12-4 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Top of the 6th inning here at Brown County High School. We are in Mount Sterling, and we have a ball game here. It's 12-4 as Brown County, the Hornets, lead the Pittsfield Lady Saukees.
And Hefner's going to start things off for Pittsfield, and they've got to find a way to get some runs if they want to stay in this one.
Yes, and so working towards the bottom of the lineup is Pittsfield, so it'll be Hefner, DeCamp, Constable, and then they'll turn it over if any of them get on.
We forgot Stanball for Constable.
Oh, yep. Stunball for Carly Constable. That ball is on the outside corner. Not a bad pitch, but it is taken for ball 1.
Again, we're in the top of the 6th.
This one is lined over the shortstop's head, and trying to make the catch was Flynn. That was a heck of an effort, but safe at first base is Janie Hefner. She kind of found the sweet spot there in that 5-6 hole. Right in between center field and shortstop is where that line drive dropped in, but Flynn made the effort to try to make that not a hit. Tried to rob her.
She did. Went high, just a little out of reach.
Looks like coming in to run is number 5.
That is Carly Patterson.
So she'll run for Hefner. And at the plate
is DeCamp.
Harley DeCamp.
So that's a way to definitely start when getting your leadoff runner on.
So a little bit of a delay as they got things changed around, and now DeCamp is ready to go. She gets into the batter's box, kicks up some dirt, and looks for the pitch from Mormon. That one's out of the zone. Struggling at that top of the zone is Mormon, and she's been kind of dominant in being able to get people to chase today, Marianne.
Yes, she definitely has. She's done a nice job at the mound for the Lady Hornets.
This one's in the dirt, 2-0. Losing that grip maybe a little bit. But she does have some insurance. She has the ability to give up a couple runs if she needs to settle down. Definitely not what she wants to do.
Yeah, I think in the top of the 6th, she's probably about as settled as she's going to get.
This one's hit to the third baseman. They're going to try to turn 2. They get the force out at second base, and then not in time at first. So DeCamp makes it to first base, and out on the fielder's choice is, who did we say was running again?
Oh, that was Patterson. And that brings up Stanball. Stambaughh. Stanball.
Stanball wears number 4. This one is bunted. It's a changeup, and that's tough to do. And she gets the bunt down, moves the runner over. She's thrown out at first base. So Mormon saw what was happening, had an idea. Changeups are tough to bunt. but she did her job.
Yes, she did. And I tell you what, it died right in front of the plate, too. It was a nice bunt.
That's the thing. If you can get a changeup to be bunted fairly and nicely done, like it usually just kind of dies.
And that brings up New Power.
So we're back to the top of the lineup. This one is punched into left field. Chasing after it is pretty much every Brown County athlete on that left side of the field, and they chase it all the way over to the fence. It is foul, so they'll try it again.
So I mentioned 12-4 our score. Brown County leads here in the top of the 6th. And I think they had to find some softballs. No? Maybe just conference.
Looks like I think New Power had conference. Talking about what to do, maybe slapping this time or just swinging away. What's she going to do from that left-hand side, because we've seen her do both.
Looks like she backed up in the batter's box just a little bit, which kind of leads you to believe maybe she'll think about slapping.
And she does.
And she does.
And she sends it up the middle, and that's at least a single coming around third base. But being held up there is DeCamp, and taking second base is New Power. That was very heads-up base running. I think she was looking for DeCamp to get in, but either way, she was on her high horse trying to draw that throw. So a double for New Power. Runners at second and third for Pittsfield.
And that'll bring in Gerard.
She was able to shoot the gap there. Good job by New Power.
Gerard went out to center field her last at bat. So you know that Flynn will be looking for it out there.
That was a changeup that was released early. And stepping back into the batter's box is Gerard. She has runners that she could knock in here. She takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Mormon takes a look at the sign before winding up and throwing to Gerard, and that ball is at the top of the zone, and he calls it for a strike. Kind of a delay in throwing the hand up.
So Gerard's going to have to battle here with 2 outs and 2 on. Down by 8.
This one's fouled. That's how a battle is won.
Stays in there for another opportunity. I know Mormon's kind of starting to clench her hand a little bit between pitches. I think she might be getting a little chilly.
The pockets don't do much for you.
Either she's faking us out, which is obviously.
The 1-2. This one is dribbled foul. Goes down towards the Pittsfield Lady Saukees dugout. Picking it up is the third baseman, Merkert, who's had 2 home runs today. Back-to-back home runs. Tough to do.
Yes.
Gerard at the plate, and she swings at a high pitch and goes down with a strikeout. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. Brown County leads Pittsfield 12-4 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Marianne, Pittsfield needs a 1-2-3 inning right here.
They do. They need to get out of this jam here and not allow Brown County to get any runners on. They've really capitalized the last couple innings, and you know it takes 2 runs to end this ball game by the 10-run rule.
Yeah, and so trying to make sure that doesn't happen here is Friesmeyer, who's in the circle for the Lady Saukees, going to have to play some defense behind her. It's 12-4. As you mentioned, if they do score 2 runs, this game will end early. But then if they can get through this inning, they have 3 outs to try to even this score up a little bit.
So as you mentioned, stepping in is Garth House.
Lots of height on the Brown County team.
In the bottom of the 6th. It is the bottom portion of the lineup.
Umpire taking his time. I think he kind of said, hey, give me a minute. Let me get set before everybody starts trying to throw pitches and stuff. And strike one on the outside corner. Good little fastball.
Good way to start for Friesmeyer.
And she'll come back here 0-1. Trying to get a ground ball. Or maybe just another strike. That one's in for ball one. Not a bad pitch. At the bottom of the zone. Trying to get her to chase. And the 1-1 pitch. The windup from Friesmeyer. Out of the zone. 2-1.
And then on deck is Mormon, then Akins and Martinez.
Getting to that bottom part of the lineup as they were able to put a couple runs across in their last inning. And that one is taken ball 3.
In the seventh inning right now, Pittsfield leads Brown County 5-2. So Brown County has a uphill battle for them over at the baseball diamond.
The 3-1 pitch. This one is hit down the first baseline, and Hefner bobbles it, and she gets the out at first base. Able to step on the bag, recover. The ball was kind of spinning off the end of the bat, and Janie Hefner was there, knocked it down, fumbled it a little bit, and then had to recover and step on the bag.
Brings up Mormon with one out. Of course, Mormon has had some contact today.
Mormon wears number 8. So a pitcher versus pitcher matchup here. This one is grounded to the shortstop. Coming up with it to make the play is Grace Henry. And out at first base, able to hold on, is Janie Hefner.
And in steps Akins.
So 1-2 taken down pretty quickly there from Friesmeyer. Good defensive work.
It's not Akins. It's number 33. Have to look that one up real quick. Number 33 is Leah Hudson.
So Leah Hudson at the plate for Brown County. This one's fouled out of play. And looks like they may have some kids over there practicing on the other baseball field that they have here.
Maybe the JV team warming up.
Oh, that could be it too. But it's 0-1 on Hudson. This one is hit to the second baseman. Staying down on it as Gerard. She throws it to first base. They get the out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Friesmeyer. And now Pittsfield has to come back here as they trail 12-4 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicky Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
And Pittsfield has some work to do here as it is the 7th inning and they trail 12-4 to Brown County. And Marion, they're at a good point of their lineup as Friesmeyer's at the plate. It'll be 3-4-5 due up. This one is popped and it's hitting to right field. Coming in to try to make the catch is Leah Hudson, but rounding first base as that ball got down, she just kind of lost it. And Kelsey Friesmeyer is on first base.
And that'll bring up Ella Constable.
So kind of got lucky there. It's a good start. As we mentioned, they have to score at least 8 runs here to tie the ball game. This one is hit down the right field line, and it drops in. That's a single for Constable.
So runners at first and second, 2 pitches, 2 runners on.
So that was kind of in no man's land. Leah Hudson had shifted more towards center field after that ball from Friesmeyer left the line wide open. In no man's land, and so 2 singles in a row just to right field.
So Grace Henry steps in now for Pittsfield.
Henry has had some success, especially with 2 outs, but there's not 2 outs here, so let's see if she can capitalize and bring in both. Henry steps back into the batter's box, wearing number 21. Off-speed changeup, and doing everything she can to keep that ball from getting past her is Dunlap. So Friesmeyer will retreat back to second base. She was ready to go. She was fully expecting, I think, that ball to get past and go to the backstop. 1-1. Ball 2.
Mormon has gone the distance so far. He's done a nice job for the mound for the Lady Hornets.
This one is driven into left center field, over the fence, a 3-run home run for Grace Henry. And that gets you back into a ball game.
That sure does.
A line drive shot to left center field for Grace Henry. Kind of been their savior today as she steps on home plate. But a 3-run shot, it's 12-7. It's a wake-up call.
And no outs.
Brings in Taylor Peebles.
Nope, I think that's, looks like we've got a change in the lineup.
We do. Do we have a number on the back? 22?
Nope, Taylor just put on a windbreaker.
Oh, okay. Well, good thing she has numbers.
Yeah, I'm with her.
It's getting a little cold out here. But if that doesn't excite you and warm you up a little bit.
Yeah, as I said, the Lady Saukees, they definitely should be blood pumping after that 3-run home run.
Good shot there. 12-7 now our score. Saukees have some room to work as there's no outs, so a couple of bloopers into right field, and then a home run from Grace Henry makes this game a lot closer than it was. At the plate, it's Peebles. She takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
I just heard something I thought I'd never hear. Let's go TP for Taylor Peebles.
I wonder if she knows what her nickname means. That one just misses. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. This one is hit hard back up the middle. That's a single. Moving out of the way in just enough time as Mormon, as that ball was lined.
So 4 batters and 4 hits. Now 4 of the Saukees against Mormon. Now I'll bring up Hefner.
Struggling with maybe a little bit of endurance as she's thrown quite a few pitches today. Kind of been worked around by the Pittsfield Lady Saukees. This one is hit slowly. First baseman's coming in to try to make the play, and they get the out at first base.
And now they got a hot box.
Merkert is going to run her back to second base, and Peebles is trying to find her way back to a bag, and it gets past Merkert as Peebles slides in to third base, and I don't want to call that a slide. She crawled.
She did. She did.
So she got off pretty quickly and easily there as that ball was thrown into center field, and now she doesn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, that was quite an interesting set of plays there. Everybody did everything right. It just excitement gets to you, and sometimes your pass. Listen to me, your throw isn't laser perfect there, and it just got away from them, and that allowed Peebles to get in on safely at third.
As my college coach would say, way too many throws, and he would be grouchy about it probably for the next 3 days.
Well, good thing he's not here. DeCamp steps in now for the Lady Saukees because that was kind of fun.
Was fun. And this one is hit hard to the second baseman. Coming up and making the play is Mel Lair at first base. A run comes across the score for the Pittsfield Lady Saukees. They're now within 4, but 2 outs.
So that brings back up Stanball.
So she'll look to try to get things started again, especially with 2 outs. 2-out rally is needed. This one is hit to the second baseman. Coming up to make the play is Lair, and it gets under the glove of first baseman Gardhouse. So standing up at second base is Stanbaugh. We're back to the top of the lineup.
We are.
Pittsfield means business.
And what they thought was going to be a fairly easy inning, the Lady Hornets did, has now become very productive for the Lady Saukees.
They've kind of just fallen apart in the field and in the pitcher's circle.
And really, I think it's just rushing it. They get excited, think the game's coming to an end, rush throws a little bit there, and mistakes are made. So New Power now steps in with a runner on first. For second, excuse me.
New Power had a single up the middle her last at bat. She hits it to the second baseman. It's bobbled. She's going to have to be quick, and she's not quick enough. She's safe at first base. Coming around to score is Stambo, and that's another run for the Pittsfield Lady Saukees. So she was running with 2 outs and running as fast as she could to first base was New Power to extend this ball game and get a run across the plate.
So now it's Gerard. And what was an 8-run lead has now been dwindled down to 3.
And that's swung on and hits off the catcher and the umpire, I believe.
I think they're going to send her back to first. They did.
Yep. I think she was going on the pitch.
If Gerard can get on, then we bat it around.
Definitely a huge inning for the Pittsfield Lady Saukees, not going down without a fight. They've made this ball game a really close one. And that ball carries out of the zone, but it's called strike.
So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
Dunlap did a really good job of bringing her hand back over the middle of the plate as she stood up.
Looks like Pittsfield boys got the win over Brown County 5-2.
And that one swung on and missed. That's strike 3. Pittsfield falls to Brown County 12-9. We'll break this one down next on the Eagle 102 postgame show.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile. With the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account, you'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Well, Marianne, it seems that Pittsfield's bats never really went away, but man, did they wake up in that final inning.
They did, and I tell you what, it says a lot to Pittsfield battling to the very end. We headed into the top of the 7th. They were down by 8, and they came back, knocked in 5 runs, and all of a sudden it ends as a three-run loss.
Yeah, and so Pittsfield put on a good performance offensively. We saw 3 home runs today.
We did.
What a performance from Merker over there at third base. And then she had back-to-back home runs, and they were line drive shots. They were tough.
They were, but I tell you what, the one that we just heard here in the 7th against Grace Henry, man, you heard that one come off the bat. You knew it was gone as soon as you heard the sound.
She may not have known because she looked a little surprised as she rounded first base, but she did a really good job there, especially in those last couple of innings, because she kind of really changed the game for Pittsfield, I think. That gives you energy in that seventh inning. But before that, with 2 outs, she was able to drive in 2 runs.
And really, the Lady Saukees also got some runs, courtesy of some errors, or they got some base runners, I should say, courtesy of a few errors from Brown County. I think they got a little excited thinking they were, the game was over with, and the throws just weren't quite precise enough, allowed, Pittsfield to stay in this one. So that kind of tells you, too, when you got to play through the very end.
Yep, and so good game today, but Pittsfield comes up short against Brown County 12-9. We'll talk about this one a little bit more and some of the games that we have on tap for the rest of the week next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, as we mentioned, the Brown County Lady Hornets got the win here in the softball matchup over the Pittsfield Lady Saukees 12-9. In baseball action in the diamond right next to us, Pittsfield picked up the win as they defeated Brown County 5-2.
And we have another score for you. Western, they defeated in softball. They defeated Southeastern 10-0 in 5 innings. Skylar Bainter had another shutout today. Rachel McMullen and Brindley McQuay led the team at the plate going 2 for 3.
So some great softball and baseball action from our area teams today. Remember, you can always find a full recap of scores by visiting the scoreboard pages daily at kjfmradio.com. Maddie, any final thoughts from this one?
No, it's good to have softball in the spring, Marianne.
Yeah, it is. If Mother Nature just let the wind die down just a little bit, go ahead
she
and
can be nicer.
Go ahead and warm things up just a little bit more. Don't forget, we've got more action coming your way tomorrow evening. It's Clopton in Louisiana. Boys square off at Clopton High School. You can catch all that action right here on Eagle 102. 4:45 pregame with a 5 o'clock first pitch. For Maddie Ingram, I'm Marion Everhart. It's the Saukees falling to the Hornets 12-9 as you're listening to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of Area High School Sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio. From KJ